Right, well, there we go. 1 year in. It's been it's been terrific fun doing it, I've got to say. Frustrating at times, as you know, for those that have followed me. Um, but really, what a great hobby. I couldn't have picked a better time to do it either, with the lockdowns and so on. But it has kept me really, interested during those times. I'm not sure what I would have done, especially with the golf shutting down as well. I would have, I'm not quite sure what I've been doing. The garden might have been 20 times better. But anyway, I did intend to put a little montage together, but me being me, I've deleted all my pictures and goodness knows what from when I started. But the best way to look back, if you want to, go back and have a look at my videos from the very first one where the cabin was up but there was nothing in it, and I was talking about my thoughts and feelings about what I was doing and where I was going with it. Really, it hasn't changed that much at all. The layout is coming along pretty well. Not as quick as I'd like sometimes, but life is life and you can only do what you can do. So what else can I say? Yeah, it's progressing and I'm really happy doing it. Really, it's great stuff. Now, there are some people I'm going to thank over this past year. Have been a great support. The first person I'm going to thank, and I don't know the guy's name, but he was the very first person to sub to my channel, and it's the Crooked River and Eastern Railroad. Now, this guy's rebuilding his layout at the moment, and it's an American layout, and he's got a lovely big basement, and he's building that up again. When I really started getting into who's subbing and the channels and so on, I happened to have a look at his, and I thought, well, I better have a look just to see, because he's clicked on mine and subbed. But whether he ever watches my channel, I've never had a comment from him. But if you do happen to watch it, and I'm sorry I don't know your name, I probably do, but I've forgotten it. But thank you for being the first, and you're building a terrific layout. I mean, initially it was pretty good, I thought, and he's taken it all out and rebuilding. Fantastic. The next person, I mean, these aren't any particular order either. So the next person I really want to thank, because he was from the beginning, and what an encouragement, and become a friend as well. That's Tony at Tony Northeastern. I'm sure all of you have watched his layout. He's fantastic what he's building, and Tony, I thank you so much for all the support and so on that you've given me, encouragement really. It's more down. Well, it's kind of almost down to you where I am at today, because after a few videos, I thought, do I really want to do this? But you commented a few times, and you said, I think you've got something special going there, John. And that really sort of encouraged me onwards, really. So thank you for that, Tony. John Warner. I think John's probably helped loads of people, but he helped me out with some initial setup problems with my Z21. And I won't ever forget that, John. That was very kind of you. He got in contact with me, and we had a chat on the phone, and we sorted it all out, and that's brilliant. And again, I'm sure all of you have watched his channels, and if you haven't watched it, then I would. Somebody else, great person, great encouragement, always comments, very, very nice guy, Stephen Humphreys at Elvenhome, Centre Parks, isn't it? At Elvenhome. Stephen, thank you very much, mate. You always make a nice comment. There's maybe a suggestion or two, but always encouraging, and that's really lovely. The next person I want to say thank you to, one of the nicest guys, again, really, well, the whole community was very nice, to be honest, was Kev at Medway Peninsula. Kev has been encouraging people to look at other people's channels, and I think he did run a little competition, you know, for channels that were coming up and coming, and you know, I contributed to that at the time, gave him a few that I was watching that I didn't think many people were, and Kev, what a nice guy to do that, you know, and he has been kind enough even to send me a mug coaster to put my Exehaven Harbour mug on, which is a lovely thing to do, and you know, he didn't have to do it. The first one got lost in the post, and he sent me another one, which I thought was terrific. Next person, Chris. Hello, Chris, down at Bognor Regis. I can't wait for Chris to get started, but we both sort of started at the same time, and he's always encouraging and asks pertinent questions about the layout and comes up with suggestions and things like that, which is great, which is what we all want, and that's what it should all be about, the comment section. So, although I had a funny one recently, but we won't go into that. But anyway, don't know why people want to do that, but strange. But, you know, before I actually, before I started the channel, Exehaven Harbour, I watched lots and lots of videos on YouTube to get some sort of idea where I was heading. But the person that really did set me off on the road was Simon at Simon's Shed. Got your t-shirt on, Simon, if you're watching. Thank you, Simon. I mean, Bowden Woods was your first layout, I think, and I think that was what it was called from memory. 8x4 layout, and that's what really thought. Well, that's really what got me started. And I actually did start building an 8x4 layout, but then I had some problems with the shed that I was building it in, which is when I decided to purchase the cabin. And then when I got in the cabin, I thought, you know what, this is a hobby for life. I might as well go for it, otherwise I'm going to be here for ages fiddling about, and I'm just going to do it. I mean, it's probably not quite the right way to do it, but you know, what the heck, life's for living. Another guy that I want to thank is Chris at 4 Oak Street. He really did start a little spell where we were all encouraging the engagers. Every now and again I'll come up with another one, and I'll mention them on my channel. But and Stephen Humphrey's done a great job there with Two to Watch, which I thoroughly enjoyed. But you know, it's great to see new people coming on. There's a couple of more channels coming on now, and I can't remember who they are at this moment, but I will mention them as we go along. And not just N gauges, double O gauge as well. I mean, I'd love to have a double O gauge layout in some respects, but the cabin would have to be double the size, and to build what I'm building, and you know, it's just not practical. Couple of other guys, Sam at Peaks 47. Sam, thank you so much for your encouragement. You always sort of build me up, and I like that. That's really kind of you. And the same with Jeff at Pride Parkway. You know, Jeff's always encouraging when he says hello, and I really appreciate that. And I think Michael at Chamwell as well. What a lovely bloke. I mean, he featured me a bit on his channel the other week, and the sun always shines at Exehaven, and the people of Chandwell will be coming down here for their holidays, although at the moment they might be a bit disappointed because it's like a Spanish hotel in the 70s, not quite finished. And anyway, but that's lovely. Now, two other people I'm going to mention in the same sentence, really. Paul Sheedy and Mark from Piddle in the Marsh. You two, actually, and Stephen Humphreys have sent me over the edge recently, and as you would have seen, I've got myself a Pullman, a Western Pullman. I thought I'd get the Western one because that kind of fits in with what I've got. Boy, I've got Pullman envy, or I had Pullman envy, but now I haven't. I was very, very fortunate, and the Western Pullman that I've picked up, I got from James Trains in London as a second-hand, in perfect condition, and I think, you know, I paid, I think it was £275 for it, and obviously I bought 2 Zimo chips to go in it as well, but it was a bit of a bargain, and I had a very long confab with Mrs. Exehaven, and she allowed me to purchase it. So thank you, Mrs. Exehaven, from the bottom of my heart. My goodness. Although the credit card has been taken away, so could be a while before we get any new rolling stock here. So Paul and Mark and Stephen, very, very naughty and very expensive. And on that note, I want to just thank everybody else that I haven't thanked, and I do mean it. It's been great this past year. Thank you all, everybody that comments. It's fantastic, and I really mean that. And thank you very much. And I'll see you on the next update on Exehaven Harbour, which will probably be next Friday, all being well. So take care of yourselves. See you later. Cheers. Cheers everyone. Bye.